5 years and still talking. This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey, hey everybody, it's the Ramble, and we go from now until, of course, midnight. It's time once again to make ourselves a little call here. Let me get Skype going here. And we will. Wait a minute. There we go. It's ringing.
Maybe you like taking LSD, that magic sugar cube, freaking out, blowing your mind, and taking the trip. Well, there's another kind of magic cube you can take on a trip. The library's full of them. They're called books. I just watched 2 Dragnets in a row. I'm just in the mood. I'm in a Jack Webb kind of mood.
You're in a Jack Webb kind of mood?
Maybe you think marijuana is harmless. You can call it anything you want. Weed, reefer, grass, tea, muggles. But it all ends up in one place. A one-way ticket to a town called misery. Good old Jack Webb.
Hello, Stephen Pearl.
Thank you, Alex Bennett. What's going on? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy everything.
I'm eating bread. And
to the Native Americans, I want to say happy Thursday. May it pass quickly. But bread is good.
Yeah.
Full of your carbs and your crust and your greens and your wheats, all of that good stuff there.
Mm-hmm. So what do you now? You see, this is going to. Well, wait a minute. This is going to be. It's going to be on tonight. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Well, I got a couple of places to go to. I'm going to go to one friend's place in the early afternoon, and then another friend's place in the late afternoon. I won't eat too much, and that's it. It's busy. It'll be a good Thanksgiving.
It's a pity meal, right?
What's that?
It's a pity meal. They go, oh, he has nowhere to go. Let's invite him over here.
Exactly. Yeah, he's a bum. He's got nowhere to go, and he's got a car. Have him over. That's the reason I get my comedy gigs. Call Pearl. He has a car. Hey, okay.
That's why I like and love what do you call it? Thanksgiving. Is because of that exact attitude. Hey, let's invite some people over who have nowhere to go.
Yeah, there you go. Bunch of ragamuffins.
A bunch of ragamuffins.
A bunch of ne'er-do-wells, hooligans, tough guys, a bunch of mugs.
I don't think I've heard that term in years.
Yeah.
Ragamuffins.
Bunch of ne'er-do-wells. Ragamuffins.
The ragamuffins and ne'er-do-wells. Yeah. So anyway,
yeah. So what are you doing? What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
The wife is making some stuff, and she's invited a lot of people over, and she doesn't have enough turkey.
Oh, there you go. Well, so I'm going to have an old-fashioned Thanksgiving. I'm going to invite a Navajo family over and give them turkey and corn and cranberry sauce and stuffing. Then I'm going to take their land and kill them. Give me an old-fashioned Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but don't call it bread. Call it maize. Or that's corn. Wait a minute, that's corn.
We call it maize.
We call it maize.
We call it mass genocide.
Yeah. Boy, that was we were really nice to them, weren't we?
Yep, too nice.
Yeah.
Every figure nobody's using the land. We discovered it. Yes, there are people here already.
Yeah.
As a Charlie Hill, the late comedian, my good friend, used to say, well, using that logic, I saw a Porsche in the parking lot of IHOP. Nobody was using it. Hey, I discovered
it. So anyway, so you're gonna do okay on that day.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Then it'll be back to reality, and I'll be still looking for work. So
yeah,
it'll be fun.
Yeah. So I found out yesterday I have prostate cancer. So that's good.
Oh God! Yeah. Well, what can they do? Can they take it out, or what can they do?
No, they go. It's of a nature that it is moderately aggressive. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So we go for making me glow up, radiation. radiation. So.
Oh, okay. We're giving you 40 years to live.
Well, he told me this ain't going to kill me. That's what he said.
Okay.
But
you're tough.
I don't trust him because he never returns my calls. So, who knows?
One of them.
Who knows? Yeah.
Dr. Malpractice, Dr. Mal.
Dr. Mal.
Dr. Malpractice, and his Dr. Rusty Hanger, the abortion specialist, Dr. Rusty Hanger, and his nurse, Miss Carriage.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you. These are the jokes that kept me up Star Search in the 80s, folks. Hope you're enjoying them.
Really? Is that an old joke of yours?
I did probably.
Huh?
Did you write that joke? Hey, I told it. Good enough.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me ask you about stealing jokes.
Yes.
Now, you don't really steal many jokes. You're not.
No, I might use a couple of old stock lines here and there just to pepper the evening up, but no, I try not to steal anything.
Yeah. I had a theory. I always, whenever I used a line that I knew was a comics, and I would usually use a lot of those because I hung around comics, and secondly, I have no particular talent of my own to come up with jokes. Okay.
Then you could be a writer.
Well, no,
you can write on a sitcom.
I actually have written some very funny jokes in my time.
One's
in fact, it's like Slayton would say to me, "Do you mind if I use that?" I go right ahead. I'm not a comedian. I'm not going to use it anywhere else.
Yeah.
But I can't remember jokes I've written. That's my problem.
Oh, believe me, I have that problem big time. Like somebody will say something funny, I go, "Wow, did you come up with that?" No, you did. I saw you do it a couple of years ago. I forgot.
I'll give you one of those jokes. I can't remember this one. I just remembered it. Okay, which is Peter Townsend is losing his hearing. Remember when he was losing his hearing? So they're changing the name of the Who to the what?
The A. Was it Rick Overton once? I saw him do it on stage once. He did Peter Townsend's ears now. He's so deaf to like the blown out speakers of a 64 Chevy. His manager comes in and what was that? That's how he hears everything.
But then again, there were other jokes that I would use, and now when I use them, I used to credit the people who told them to me, but now I can't remember who told them to me, so how am I going to credit them,
Yeah.
I did have one of Goldthwait's the other night that I said, and I credited Goldthwait for it, and that was, I lost my job. Well, I didn't really lose my job. I'm just not going there anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's another guy going there. There's another guy doing it.
Excuse me. I know where it is. But I am not going there anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. I get quoted a lot, but really misquoted. Well, as Stephen Pearl said, a rocking chair that can breathe is something that should be on Mars. No, that's not really what I said.
Yeah, I mean, did Robin ever steal any of your jokes? I think he probably did.
Robin? Oh,
yeah.
Take a wild guess. Yeah, I got paid a few times.
Oh, really?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, if you nailed him, you got to check the next day.
Oh, okay. So
I had several of them. My rent was paid for about 6 months.
No, you should have just gone up to him and said, that joke you did tonight, that's mine. It might not have been, but you'll get a check anyway.
I did. I know. You can just tell him it's yours. He won't remember. So, oh, yeah. You can make a living just telling Robin he did your stuff. So.
Robin had a real problem that way.
Well, he didn't remember because his mind went so many places at once. He didn't have much of a memory, so I don't think he'd deliberately steal something. He would just say something, and then maybe when it was halfway out of his mouth, he thought, "Oh man, I think somebody else was," or he didn't think of it at all. But until somebody nailed him on it, so I don't think he was a deliberate thief like Carlos Mencia or someone like that, who just goes out of his way to steal. But it happened. And when he got nailed, he paid. So and he also was so brilliant on his own without doing that stuff. So it was just part of the package, and he had to deal with it.
Well, the thing is that I knew somebody, I can't remember who it was, who said he was with Robin one night in a limo. They were driving somewhere, going somewhere, and he said something to Robin that was like a joke, right?
Yeah.
And about 5 minutes later, Robin looked over at him and told him the same joke back.
Yeah, I'm sure. He didn't remember.
It's like he would absorb this stuff, and then he didn't know where he got it. It was kind of like George Harrison and He's So Fine. You know, he didn't know where.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It happens. Unfortunately, it happened with him a few times. But, you know, he was still so good on his own without doing that shit. So, hey, when it happened, you just have to, what can you do? You just say, hey, that's mine, and you get the check and move on. And I would continue to do that stuff that he took of mine, and nobody called us. Nobody said, that's Robin. Nobody remembered he did so much stuff. So
it happens a lot in music. For instance, He's So Fine is a good example that it was My Sweet Lord was He's So Fine by the Chiffons. Same exact melody, everything. But that he could have been sitting there trying to write a song, and this melody came into his mind, and he didn't even know where it came from. He just thought it was his, and then he wrote it down, and he did it.
Exactly. Yeah.
There is one that you go back to, If You Think I'm Sexy and You Want My Body, you know, that Rod Stewart song. If you think.
Oh, yeah. It was like some Brazilian song or something.
Yes. Well, I have that. It's Jorge.
You played it for me at your house one night in San Francisco many years ago.
Jorge.
It was like, it was the same melody.
Jorge Ben. And the whole he goes and his chorus and back and goes da 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 ba ba da ba da da ba ba da 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 da. Well, he did sue Rod Stewart, and the settlement was that Rod Stewart had to relinquish the song back to Jorge Ben. But instead, what Stewart offered to do was to turn over all his royalties from that song to charity.
Ah, that's good. That's fair. So, yeah.
And Jorge,
Led Zeppelin also ripped off a lot of stuff and got nailed for it.
But I mean, this wasn't just a theft, folks. This was a blatant steal. I mean, just...
Oh, it was blatant.
I mean, I played it for you, and you just went, what? And by the way, I had heard that song years earlier in Ibiza, Spain, of all places, and I went looking for that record everywhere, and I finally found the album that it was on. I didn't know who it was or when it was, but I finally found it. And then Rod Stewart comes out with If You Think I'm Sexy, and I never put the two together.
Oh, wow. It's a different arrangement, I guess. So,
it's just I never thought of it in that context. To begin with, it was a different language. And he wasn't singing If You Think I'm Sexy, It's called Taj Mahal, and it's kind of almost a ripoff of George Harrison, and his religious stuff. But, people will steal unconsciously, I mean, I've thought up a joke, and then all of a sudden I realized, no, I had heard it somewhere else, and I thought it was original. Have you ever had that happen where you've done a joke because you're really fast and you're like Robin in that respect, and you're absorbing stuff around you like a sponge, and so you hear a good line and you don't you think about it, and then you throw it out. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I've thought of a lot of stuff, and I still do it. Did somebody else do that? This sounds really funny, but it sounds like somebody must have done it. And sometimes, most of the time, nobody's done it, but lucky me. But once in a while, somebody else did that. So, sorry, I won't do it anymore.
Have you ever heard
it happens,
Have you ever heard somebody do a joke, and then you said to yourself, why didn't I think of that joke? That's so obvious.
I get mad and I go, fuck, why didn't I think of that? I get pissed off.
Amazing.
It happens. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Just keep thinking of stuff.
Yeah, so, So,
Till my mind don't work no more.
Yeah. So you've been working a lot down there in Vegas?
November's been thin, but December's picking up, and January is real good so far. So, I'm also at one of these Thanksgiving things tomorrow. Going to be a lot of comics, so I'm going to try to network and talk business at the table, and to see if I can get some more clubs and dates and whatever. I don't want to work all the time, but enough to pay the bills and have a little left over for this and that. So I'm happy staying home too and just chilling with the cats and watching TV or whatever.
I'm
64 now, David. I'm an old man. Get off my lawn.
What's the what do you call it like? What's the what was I going to say? I'm really out of it.
Alike. I don't believe so.
I forgot completely what I was going to ask you.
You forgot. Brain fart. Ha ha.
Yeah.
You're on the stuff, aren't you? Let me tell you something, you young hippie. The only reason you're blanking out is because you're on the stuff. So get off the stuff. Don't do the stuff.
He was the worst actor of all time.
Alcoholism, but he didn't like pot smokers.
I bet he smoked pot himself.
Well, he loved jazz, and he was friendly with jazz musicians, which is the weird thing. Like
we're talking about Jack Webb, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know who the fuck we're talking about. We're talking about...
Here we go again.
We're talking about Jack Webb.
Jack Webb, a legend. Look him up, kids.
Yeah, and I've always thought a terrible actor. You know?
Oh, the worst. One of the worst.
But he invented that, or brought into popularity that understated recitation of lines.
Yep.
You know, where it was forcing itself to be natural. You know.
Oh yeah, sure.
So man,
just like monotone, very monotone. Let me tell you this: don't show any emotion. Just talk like this.
Yeah.
It was one note. He knew one note. He played it well, but he knew one note.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, and he wasn't. You know, he did do some good movies. I mean, he was in Sunset Boulevard, which is a classic.
Oh, that's right. He had a short part in Sunset Boulevard. He was having a swinging New Year's party. Pete Kelly's Blues, which I saw for the first time with Johnny Winter because he told me when he was a kid he loved that's the movie that made him want to become a musician. So I found him a copy and we watched it on the bus one night. It wasn't bad.
That was, believe it or not, Pete Kelly's Blues. For a very short time was, I think, a TV show that he had come up with.
Oh, was it really? They made it a series for a while.
Yeah, and then he either he made the movie first or he made the series second. I can't remember which. But I remember Peggy Lee, I think, was in that movie.
I remember, Martin Milner, and that's why I got him the gig in Adam 12 later on.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who else, but I enjoyed.
You know what I always appreciated though about Jack Webb. You know, you marry somebody, you divorce them, you never talk to them again, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty much usually what happens. I still talk to my ex-wife, but I'm weird that way. Okay.
Yeah.
He married Julie London.
That's right.
Who was a singer and an actress. Actually, I think she was an actress before she was actually a singer. And she did Cry Me a River, the original song Cry Me a River, in case people want to have a reference to that, okay? Because not a lot of people...
Fine song, fine ballad.
And interestingly recited by Julie London. Interesting performance. And she became a big star as a singer. But anyway, they got married, and then they got divorced. And then he started producing TV shows. He became the head of production at Warner Brothers for a while. For TV. Yeah. And he came up with the show called Emergency. And he not only hired her to be on Emergency. This is after they've been divorced and they've gotten on with their lives. He hires her to be on Emergency. And also her husband, Bobby Troop, who wrote the song Route 66, right?
Yeah.
And he put them both on that show. So that had
put them both on,
Yeah, that had to say something nice about him, you know.
That's a great sport. I don't know how many guys could do that, and I want to kill both of them.
Yeah, I mean, the guy who ultimately wound up with your wife, you're saying, "Come on, let's, come be my show."
Yeah. Don't think that didn't come up whenever Julie London and Bobby Troop had an argument. And then Jack's cock was bigger than yours, you son of a bitch. Oh, you. His cock was bigger than yours. I fucked them all. I fucked Joe Friday. I fucked Bill Gates. I fucked the kid. And his cock was bigger than yours.
I fucked the kid who stole the baby Jesus.
That's the one they show every Christmas. Oh, by the way, I'm putting an agnostic nativity scene on my lawn. It's the same as the regular nativity scene, but there's no baby. Thank you.
And you didn't steal.
That's a joke. Nobody came up with that baby.
Yeah, nobody came up with that baby. Nobody
came up with that baby either. That's right.
Right.
Who did it? Who knocked you up? I can see Joseph and Mary on the Maury Show. Joseph, you are not the father. Why you fucking think? Bleep 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 bleep.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! So anyway, let's see here. We've waxed poetic about Jack Webb. This is our fine Thanksgiving call. You know,
Thanksgiving with Jack Webb.
We give thanks for Jack Webb.
That's right. Thanks for Jack Webb. I went to one of his parties once. He had gray balloons, and none of them were blown up. It was a real Jack Webb party.
Is that a joke?
It was an attempted joke. I'll try again.
Let's try it again. Let's work that one out. They were gray balloons?
Gray balloons, and none of them were blown up. It's a party at a cop's house. Nothing's fun.
Oh, I see.
Never mind. Forget it. Abort. Rewind.
Let's go get the joke doctor on that one.
Get the joke doctor. That needs major surgery, and let it die anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, are you? Were you married or not married?
In God's eyes, probably I am, or what? Yeah, I think I still am.
Wait. None of this in God's eyes. I mean, if
in the Lord's, in Sammy's eye,
I'm married, and if I were to leave my wife, she could sue me. All right, because she's married to me. All right.
Well, a common law wife. That means you're together for 5 years. I think. I'm not sure.
I think it was 7.
We were together for 10, and we're still together. She's just in another state. So I've been very faithful. So
that's kind of like not.
We just got to figure out what we're going to do.
Yeah, it's kind of like I didn't lose my job. I know where it is. I just don't go there anymore.
Yeah. I've been a very good boy, and there have been some chances here. So. I'm being a very good boy. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Right now, I'm busy with the cats and the internet and the pot and the shows and blah blah.
Well,
blah.
why isn't she there? I mean, if you don't mind me being nosy.
She can't. She has. Well, she's not in the greatest shape. She has bad asthma, and the air here totally fucks her up. She came here 3 times, and each time she ended up in the emergency ward because she couldn't breathe. Mm-hmm. The ambulance had to take her away, so she can't stay here. And I am staying here because I like it, and there's work and friends and blah blah blah. So. I don't know. So it's kind of weird. So I told her, come down now. The air is crisp and it's nice, but she's too broke to come down here, and I'm too broke to send her down here. So
yeah.
So maybe in January I can do a couple of gigs. I can fly her out here or something. Yeah. We shall see.
So I mean, do you have what I'm saying is, do you have a relationship, or she just can't be in Las Vegas where you are and where you're not moving from? So that's a weird situation.
It's very weird. I don't know. Nothing about my life has ever been normal. But I don't know. I don't know what the deal is right now. So we speak every day. She usually wants to know how the cats are before she knows how I am. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
We shall see. I'm staying loyal. I'm a good boy.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm a little too old to be too horny and go hunting. So I'm an old man now.
Well, I
like sex, but I want to watch Leave It to Beaver first.
I'm planning on giving up sex completely because once they start all this work on me, I probably will anyway. So
yeah, who needs it?
Yeah, who needs it? At last, I can have my dignity back.
Why fuck anyway? You're going to be finished anyhow. So yeah, what's the deal?
What do you?
Why go out? You're going to end up home again.
Yeah, my wife. This is the first wife I never cheated on. So and the reason is I don't feel like cheating. Hey,
I'm too tired to cheat. I'm too tired. Leave me alone.
I'm too tired. I'm too tired to go to play that whole dating game. That whole dating game used to drive me nuts.
Oh yeah.
So do you come here often? I mean, it just.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
If I have to tell my life story one more time, I swear I'm going to kill 12 people. If I have to tell someone my interests.
Yeah. So anyway, somewhere in this call we had to kind of stop in the middle because I got a call from my doctor, and life is just.
So we keep talking. We keep kibitzing.
That's exactly it. Well, listen, I want you to have a really nice Thanksgiving. And
you too, my friend. I hope you have the best one ever been gave.
Well, nah, I don't know. This one is not one of my happier ones,
Okay.
But then again, my doctor says I'm going to live So that's the good news. It's just
You'll bury us all, Gramps.
it's a matter of all this crap I got to go through.
I think you have that Kirk Douglas gene. You're going to be around for a while.
Yeah. They have this one thing they can do to you where they put seeds in your prostate, radioactive seeds in your prostate, and it kills the cancer.
Yikes.
But you can't get near pregnant women for a year.
Look out.
Or children under the age of 18. Right,
Stay away from them
you become this like Columbia Pictures monster is what you become. Anyway, hey, listen, we've run out of time.
Oh my God! Time just zips by on Mach 5 in a Maserati when you're having fun.
Have yourself a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see.
Yeah, don't jump the gun on the New Year.
Yeah, well, we got a couple more of these before New Year. Then I'll wish you a happy New Year.
Two more.
Take care of yourself. Stephen Pearl, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, boys and girls. Have a great turkey day. Enjoy yourselves.
5 years and still talking. This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
And there he was, Stephen Pearl, ladies and gentlemen. And always good to talk to him, our little Thanksgiving version of Stephen Pearl. Had a little trouble getting on tonight. This machine screwed up on me. You know how sometimes I went to click on a hard drive, and it was having trouble. The balloon started going, the spinning thing of death that Macs do. And I just, I couldn't get it to stop. And then I had to shut everything down practically, but I didn't close off everything, but I had to shut down everything, including the thing that does the video and the audio and all of that. And then the thing suddenly decided to catch in the page, the what do you call it? Oh, God, I'm just out of it today. Forget it. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to do all these things and talk to you at the same time. No, and then the balloon finally stopped. So then I could start the show going and everything. But those people who are listening to the rebroadcast of this won't notice anything. Okay, so I just turned on the thing here, the Skype. Oh boy, forget it. I'm out of it. Anyway, I got a really funny piece of news for you in a bit, but first we'll wait to get some calls, and then we'll deal with it. Okay. So the lines are open. Let's see if anybody's going to call tonight. This is the night before New Year. New Year, not the night before New Year. It's the night before Thanksgiving. I'm getting ahead of myself. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Look who's here. Yep. Let me see. I just got to then I got to push a button here, and you can all see. Look, there she is, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely, the attractive Kathleen Halstead.
Fresh out of the shower. Thank you.
Fresh
so
out
I'm
of
not
the shower.
stinky on your show.
I haven't taken a shower for a week. Well, you sit around the house all the time, and you sit around the house all the time, and you don't. Let's see here. That'll be Phil on that one. So we'll go here with Charlie Wallace. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. No, so what happened there? We don't want two of Phil. God, that's crazy.
Hey, Kathleen's number one.
Twin.
Okay, here. Boom, there we go. God bless it. No, I don't go out much, and I sit around the house, and I do a few things, and before I know it, a week has passed, and I haven't taken a shower. And the only reason I know is I'm not stinking, but my beard, look at it. If you can see, it's kind of, but...
It's a week's worth of growth.
And girlfriend never says to me, hey, you didn't take a bath. Go take a bath. You smell or anything like that, so. What have you? So I suddenly realized today the last time I showered was the day before I got that tube up my ass, you know. Because I wanted to be fresh for my urologist.
For your tube up the ass thing.
Or my tube up the ass guy. Yeah. So anyway, I have a bit of interesting news. Although I'm wondering if anybody else is going to call now. I'll hold it off. Phil is going to love it. Phil is just absolutely going to die.
Are you going to vote for Trump?
No.
That would be news.
Yeah, but I'm about to become 6 degrees of Donald Trump. However.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you having somebody over for Thanksgiving?
No. Better than that.
All right.
Better than that.
Oh,
well,
Marjorie has got a relative that it's Donald Trump?
No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Since nobody else is calling, so fuck them all. Anyway, I, as you know, have prostate cancer. Ta-da! I have to then go and see an oncologist in order to get radiology done to zap it, which supposedly radiology takes care of it. You know, it just fries it, and it's very susceptible to being fried, and that's good. So I have to go to an oncologist. And so he recommended this oncologist. He actually, his office is setting up an appointment with this oncologist for me. They sent all the stuff over. The oncologist is going to look at it and then get back to me and make an appointment, okay? I looked the oncologist up on the internet, okay? And he's very well known. He's over at Mount Sinai, and he's maybe one of the leading prostate oncologists in the country. Who do you think his patient was?
Rudy Giuliani.
You got it.
That's right. He had prostate cancer.
He's the guy that planted the seeds in Rudy Giuliani.
So it's his fault.
Yes. And now if he does become my doctor, and you know I'm auditioning, I have to have enough cancer to be able to get him or something. I don't know what it takes, you know. But we have to see the papers first. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, he's okay. Yeah, we could. Well, if I do get him, I just wonder how long it's going to be before I'm somehow compelled to say to him, you know, you're responsible for Rudy Giuliani being around these days.
That's a good thing for you, because if Rudy lived 20 years after the seeds, you know, you'd be happy with that.
Yeah. So anyway, and this guy seems to be seed happy. He likes his seeds. He's done over 5,000 seeds and only had 2 deaths in all those 5,000.
Yeah.
Nice.
You call him Johnny Appleseed?
No,
most of
Prostate
his patients are geraniums.
Well, what they do is they put these radioactive seeds in your prostate, and that's one of the things. The other one that's fast is the CyberKnife. So what I'm telling him is, I mean, I don't want anything that's going to take 40 days to do. You give me either the seeds, which are known to work, and give me the CyberKnife, which is also known to work, and all of them are fast and short, and it doesn't take 40 days.
Ask him with the seeds what the chances are that the cancer can come back with the seeds.
Almost negligible. I've read it already.
All right, because the oncologist that or urologist that I talked to for the second opinion said that first of all, I couldn't have the seeds because my prostate was
Yes,
too
you
large.
could have.
No.
Yes, you could have.
Over 60.
No, yes, you could have, Phil. What they would have had to do was put you on these hormones, these estrogen hormones, which would shrink the prostate amazingly in just a matter of months. And then they could implant the seeds. That's what they do with large prostates and implanting the seeds. You could have done that. But unfortunately, you went to Kaiser.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they have a cure, a way to take care of that. You're right. If it's too big, but my prostate is actually normal size. It's not large
Well,
at all.
you've been doing for finasteride for
Yeah, which I think
many
may have
years.
given me the cancer, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
So you don't want to do the 40 days, 40 nights like the Noah's Ark of.
My prostate is not a Noah's Ark. No, well, no. But what you do is you go in every day for 15 minutes. They radiate you. You go home. You do that 5 days a week. Well, I have to take a cab over to Mount Sinai 5 days a week to do that. I don't want the 5 days a week. The CyberKnife is five visits of about an hour. Okay, it's hyperradiation. Or the seeds is a 1 hour operation, and you go home and you just sit on your ass all day and cook,
Nice.
And supposedly it, from what I've read, the cure rate on that. I mean, given that it hasn't spread to the rest of your body, that's a whole different situation. But that it's pretty well confined to the prostate is 100% survival rate. Okay.
Yay!
My brother did the radiation.
What do you mean, the 40-day thing?
Whatever it was, it only took like 2 or 3 months or something. That's all he did. He's not on it anymore.
Well, 2 or 3 months is,
Yeah.
40 days. Yeah. Yeah.
But and he's seemed to be fine now.
How many years ago was that?
Oh, this was just this year.
Or just this
It
year?
was last March.
Yeah.
Is when he was diagnosed.
Yeah. Well, I will probably go and get my last radiation treatment, walk across Fifth Avenue, and get hit by a car.
That's my fear.
Yeah. But
So if you do the hormones, you might grow hair again.
no.
No, the female hormones that give you
hormones.
estrogen, and
Who knows?
just-
I doubt that. But
Tits.
supposedly you get hot flashes. Yeah, my doctor told me. He said the
Yeah.
only
Really?
side effect is hot flashes.
Yeah.
And I've heard that sometimes you start sobbing uncontrollably. But
Maybe that's what John Boehner was on.
yeah. But I when I read this whole thing, I was looking at him, and they had some like press clippings, and I look at the press clipping, and it's the guy who did Rudy Giuliani's, which in a way I felt good about, because Giuliani unfortunately has
It's
survived
still around.
20 years after his seeds were planted. So whatever. This guy, doctor, I think I should name. He likes the seed stuff. He's done, as I say, 5,000 of them, or at least at last reading on this. We could call him Johnny Apple Prostate or something like that.
Now, Marjorie's had a friend that was in his 50s that had the seeds.
No,
No?
No.
I thought she said,
No.
because I listened to her when she was
No.
talking about it. And I think the guy passed away,
no, he didn't.
came back.
He didn't have the seeds. I don't know what they did to him. I don't think they did. I can't remember what they did to him, but I think what he did is he had a bad case of the cancer, okay? And I can't remember what therapies he had, but it went away. So he left New York and he moved to Oregon. Bad idea if you're waiting, because you don't have access to the same doctors or the same medicine. I mean, while there's great medicine to be found in Oregon, it's basically veterinarians. No, there may be great medicine in Oregon, but the finest hospitals anywhere are here in New York City. I mean, so what have you? If this is what's going to have to happen, I guess this is what's going to have to happen. My doctor said to me, I said, "Is this going to kill me?" And he said, "No." He said, "But the worst it's going to be is annoying. It's going to be an annoyance." And I said, "Well, I can accept that, because I've been all my life, I've been annoying, so it's just life just getting even with me,
Yeah. So do you have to pay a what is it that we pay every time you go in to see the
Copay?
doctor? Copay.
Okay.
Yeah, on every time they hit you with the radiation or.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's the
I
same.
didn't ask.
I don't think it's the same. I really don't think it's the same. I think they have to charge whatever Medicare says they have to charge for it, and then my coinsurance has to pay whatever that is. And maybe I do have a copay, but who knows? It may just be something like $25. So. And I don't care. Let it be a couple of thousand. This is my life we're talking about. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have some other news coming up, don't you? Have a court case? Was that Tuesday?
No, that's a week from Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. It got moved to December. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That thing is just,
Yeah, it takes a lot out of you.
Well, it has taken a lot out of me, and
A never-ending story.
I may be knocking on your door looking for a place to live, Phil. So don't,
Yeah, I'm looking to possibly buy a lot and put a couple of homes on it, so that I'll have a retirement, and I can rent out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'll rent the other place. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You might need it.
Well, you never know. I mean, this whole thing just it gives you such a feeling of impermanence.
Yeah.
As I said last night, I told my lawyer, I said, when this whole thing started, all we cared about was having our home. That's really what we were fighting for. I said, but as the years have gone on, and as this thing has been costing us a fortune, and as this thing has been eating away at us because you feel this sense of impermanence and this horrible sense of, that you could be out the door the next day and things like that, I said, I want a good payday. I deserve it,
Just remember, they're going to have to rent it to somebody. Why not you?
Well, because with me, it's only going to be $1,000 a month, and with somebody else, it'll be $7,000 a month.
I know, but they're stuck with you, and they're stuck with that amount of money, especially since it went to court. Isn't the judge going to say what it's going to be?
My lawyer said, "Would you be willing to settle for $2,000 a month?" And I said, "No." I said, because of what we've gone through and all the stalling tactics that both parties have been, and not us, but the other parties have been involved in, I want something for my money, and I want a decent rent-stabilized rent that, as it should be. Not that we bargain because we bargain up so that we can keep them happy, And he said,
yeah.
I understand completely, He said, I
but
just want to know what
you're going to get a payday from the other guy that owes you triple damages.
You know something? The only way you ever get a payday is if somebody's got the money to give you a payday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
he's had 5 years to hide it.
Well, no, he can't do that. We have all the information on what he owns and where he owns it.
Okay. Yeah, they just file bankruptcy and then you get nothing.
Well, they could, but they file bankruptcy. But I think here in New York, a home is not protected from bankruptcy, but they do have a home in Florida, which I suppose is. But it's not so much that as I think the biggest loser in all of this is going to be, the landlord. This is if I were to take bets on who was going to come out worse, with them having to pay him, but then he is coming out second worst because he's going to have to pay us, and that will be most of the money he gets from them.
Yeah.
So where does anybody wind up? He doesn't have his apartment back, which he's not going to get. There's no way that's going to happen now.
Yeah.
And he spent how much money over how many years to do this? So here comes Tony. Here comes Tony.
I heard you got the same doctor that saved Rudy's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fell out of bed. I said, "Oh God, this is unbelievable."
Yeah. I looked.
I
Well,
thought it was Trump for a
well,
second.
I don't have him yet. Okay, but he is one of the ones who is auditioning for my prostate.
Does he take lefties?
I don't know. I got a letter from my doctor today because I wrote him. I said, "You haven't let me know who to call and whatever." And then his assistant called me and said, "I'm calling this doctor's office. This Doctor Stock is his name." And
His real name is Dr. Sphincter.
Dr. Sphincter. And she said, and then she called me back and she said, I called over there and they wanted me to send over all the information, all the the workup and papers and the biopsy and the and then they will call you next week. And then I got a note from him saying, here are two names. Call them. And take the first one that will give you the earliest appointment. Oh, wow. He said, let them fight for you by giving you the earliest appointment. But I would imagine with an oncologist, they don't say, "Oh, hey, we'll see you in 4 weeks." You know.
Oh, you think it's right away then?
Oh, I think. Wouldn't you say that, Phil? An oncologist would want to see you pretty soon.
Yeah. They don't want any liability.
We have an opening in January. Well, it might be dead by the prostate may have invaded my entire body by that time.
Don't even go to sleep. Come right over.
Oncologist, proctologist wants to be known as an asshole.
Come over.
Yeah.
Boy, Kathleen's on a roll.
Yeah. Kathleen,
hey, Charlie,
Kathleen's
Texas
been on a roll as long as I've known her, okay?
Yeah. Texas is blowing up, I heard. Houston, some plant.
Explode. Yeah, because we have no regulations. The Republicans are in charge.
Yeah.
And they're going to fire Garrett, the coach.
I'm thinking that it's the cartel retaliation because Trump today said that he was going after the cartels and he wanted to do it in conjunction with Mexico, but Mexico is saying that they don't want.
Yeah, he's going after the cartels. Yeah, Mr. Rambo. It's Rambo.
Yeah. But now,
you see that picture he released?
What?
He's going to go after the guys he gets his drugs from.
Where he put his face on Sylvester Stallone's body from Rambo.
No, I didn't see that.
Did somebody do
Trump,
that?
Yeah. He tweeted that out today,
Yeah, he's had an active day. Today, he signed a law that against China and the Hong Kong and how they're treating Hong Kong.
Ooh, they're going to hurt.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to hurt.
Against the law.
No, I mean, it's good. What they're doing is absolutely terrible in Hong Kong, but whatever he does isn't going to help.
Well, that's the law that may end up getting him impeached because now he signs this law and for some way they'll find a way that he violated it and they'll go after him.
No, I mean, you can write up things which are punitive. You make a punitive statement, and good. I'm glad he's making that statement. He wouldn't make that statement, however, against, say, Russia. He wouldn't make that statement against the Ukraine. He wouldn't make that statement against Saudi Arabia. But because he doesn't like the Chinese, he's happy to be on the right side of things for a change.
To negotiate what he's trying to negotiate with the Chinese, taking this position. But this law wasn't instituted by him.
This man is the worst negotiator.
Well, no. This bill came up from the Congress.
From Congress, yeah.
And, went through the normal channels and came to his desk. Now, he could have said, no, I'm not going to sign it because I'm trying to negotiate a better deal with the Chinese. But he said, no, this is the right thing to do. I'll sign it and I'll still negotiate a deal with the Chinese.
He's not going to negotiate a deal with the Chinese. Not even in your wildest dreams, because you need a negotiator for that.
Well, I was watching Lou Dobbs today.
Oh, good. Yeah. And there's a source for
They're saying that the Chinese economy is feeling the effects.
Phil,
of what's going on.
They are. It's like a gnat biting your ass. Yes, you feel it, but after you scratch it, it goes away. Okay.
We'll see.
That's his
That's
effectiveness.
Bill. I think that bill is called BS 666.
Yeah. How's that whole? How's
The
that
doors of hell. Huh?
How's that whole North Korea deal going?
It's going pretty good.
No, really? Oh,
yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, he visited North Korea.
No, no. I mean,
And they didn't arrest him.
that, it doesn't seem like anything's happened there.
It takes time.
Oh, it takes time. I see. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
What's Kim Jong-un done lately?
Has
Has he set off some bombs? Yeah, I guess
that's like
he has.
what I'll have to be saying soon. Give me some time. Maybe I can get it up. I mean.
I don't know that it's over, but for a while, until the nerves reconnect, it ain't as good as it used to be.
Have your nerves reconnected yet?
No. But I got cut. They cut your urethra in order to remove the prostate. Because if they cut the prostate, that might have released cancer cells into your bloodstream.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, yeah. So, I mean, I figure, I figure, I'll have my dignity back now.
Yeah. Well, I had a good run, and it was just over a little sooner than I hoped.
But when I take these female hormones, you could suck my tit, I guess.
I'm going to give you. I know. Well, imagine
he's such an ugly woman.
I'd say lick my pussy, but you're going to have to wait about a year until the whole thing grows inward.
Falls in.
You may have an identity crisis. Which bathroom are you going to go into?
A, B,
so
C, or
if you went to jail, they'll pay for the transition.
Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah. Go into the army or go to jail, and you can and you can do the transition.
I don't want the female hormones.
I like
it. I like being able to. I like being able to get a hard on and things like that. But I've decided that I better jerk off to all the porn I want to right now, because pretty soon I'm not going to care.
Yeah. Well, since you had the biopsy, you still peeing red?
No. But that was only for like the first 48 hours, maybe.
That was it?
Oh, really? Yeah, that was it.
It lasted a lot longer on mine.
Yeah. I did have an orgasm. Don't tell. Don't tell girlfriend this, because I was jerking off. Okay.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see if it was still working. Oh yeah, I bled. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I bled. Isn't this wonderful, folks? This is our new format. This is our new format. Oh. Bleeding prostates. Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, in another 30 seconds, it's time for identify the flower shop.
Oh, by the way, it turns out I got a thing from the guy who came up with Herald Occasion last night as being the flower store in San Francisco that was an advertiser of mine. And by 2007, he was having a fight with the city of San Francisco because he had one of these outdoor flower things on kiosks on Post Street, Powell, or in Union Square, off of Union Square. And the city was revoking his license because it had graffiti all over it, and it was a mess. And he said the reason is that he wasn't taking care of it because they were doing a whole bunch of building across the street, and there was no more foot traffic, and he was waiting for the building to be finished so that he could then rebuild up this whole. So it was a big fight. I don't know how it turned out. I just saw the one article. So
yeah. Well, it's interesting.
Well, Harold was a nice guy. I liked Harold. Good guy. Yeah.
I think he had good flowers.
I'll never forget his name now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 20, 25 years go by, and it's easy to forget.
Yeah. But so I pretty much what age hasn't done to me, I guess medicine will now do to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a good run.
I know the feeling.
I was going to say, right, Kathleen?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh boy, Yeah.
So your Thanksgiving, you're getting prepared for it.
To begin with, I don't feel like Thanksgiving, okay? Because this whole thing has kind of got me. it hasn't got me as bothered as I thought it would get me, because now I know what I've got, and then all I'm worried about now is what is done to take care of it. Okay, so I start worrying about that, but I'm not worried about whether I have it or not.
Yeah, I kind of put it out of my mind for a while and said I was just too busy to deal with it.
Yeah.
And you may just want to say, hey, there's nothing I can do. I'll do what I got to do when I got to do it.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, I just don't want to get any bad. Have them say, well, they do have to give you like a CAT scan just to make sure that it hasn't spread.
Yeah, but they put some in your wrist. They inject some dye.
Yeah, I know.
A radioactive
I've
dye.
had CAT scans before, Phil.
Yeah.
I've had them quite often, actually. Not for my prostate, but for my colon. But anyway, my colon. Yeah, because they were looking to see if I had any diverticulitis. But anyway, so. But I don't think it's spread. I mean, I think with a 4.2 PSA, that's not.
Yeah.
And plus, what is it?
The Gleason.
The Gleason, something like
4, 3, 3, 4.
Well, six of them. What was it?
If
they were, let me put it this way: the majority of them were 3.4s. Okay, which is good. The two that were 4.3s, one was 3% and one was 57%. So that's not much of it. It's not really hot, Yeah. It's not like my whole prostate is taken over by whatever. But anyway,
did they ever figure out what causes it?
No.
To this day, I don't know what causes it.
They don't know. Masturbating about 4 times a week, 5 times a week, believe it or not, is a good way to keep from getting it. Yeah. So I have no idea why I have it. I mean, I did my job.
I only did it until I needed glasses.
Yeah. Yeah. Oldest joke in the world. But anyway, that was that was my whole deal. Yeah. So who knows? I mean, I don't think it's that progressed or anything. That it's gone outside of the prostate itself, and it will. If that's the case, I can probably have any of these. Take 1 from column A and 2 from column B.
How many people that call into your show have had prostate cancer?
Well, there's you.
Yeah.
There's
Vernon.
Kevin has had several biopsies.
Yeah.
But
and there was Hajek, and now you.
Yeah.
So if you say that 10's a full house, 50% of your audience is getting cancer from this show.
Yeah. Well.
I didn't have cancer before I called into the show, but I got it afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. It is true. Well, I mean, you also got it at a much younger age. You got it in your early 60s.
Yeah. 63, I think.
63, which then they worry about it a lot. At my age, it's like their attitude is, you ain't going to live that long anyway, pal. So...
Well, the new average age in America has gone down 3 years to 78.5 years is the average age that men live. And
Phil, that's higher than it has been.
No. It used to be a few months.
No, it was
78.8 or something.
It used to be like 75, and it's gone up.
And it's always gone up until the last 3 years. And according to the news thing that I saw today, it said that this is the first time there's been a decline in the average age in America.
By the way,
that was Trump. It was caused by Trump.
Trump, yeah. That was caused by GabNet.
By the way, Tony is either doing something for his mother or putting a pillow over her face. One of the other.
You had another guy, John, that died, after the show.
Oh, John Rockwell. Yeah, he was our first Gabnet death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't get cancer, you just wind up on the floor for 3 days before somebody finds the body.
You weren't around for that, Kathleen. That was John Rockwell. And he was dead. They found him in his apartment. I think he'd been in there for a couple of days or something before they found him.
Jeez. Where did he live?
Huh?
He's not living anymore.
No, I mean, where was he from?
He was in New York. He used to work. He used to work with me over at Midnight Blue, and then he became a regular caller to this show, and then we didn't hear from him for a couple of weeks, and then somebody called me and said he's dead.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, if I killed over, nobody would know about it for at least a week before my kids started saying, "Hey, we haven't heard from Dad."
Well, if I dropped dead, I would be in this apartment for at least 4 or 5 days before they found my body, because Marjorie wouldn't even notice it.
You have neighbors?
Huh?
You have neighbors?
Yeah.
Not until the smell.
Yeah.
Oh, are you finished putting the pillow over her face?
I had to put Bengay on her now. Yeah.
Did you wear gloves? What is your
mind you, folks? If you want this, you know something? I've got to. I see. Here's how fucked up I am these days. I didn't put the page up with Tony. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. He was gone for 45 minutes of the last half hour.
No, I find I'm doing something like last night. I didn't post the video of my show on the Gabnet page. I think part of it is this drug I'm taking.
I'm going to need some jingle bell.
What's it called, maracas?
Yeah, it's called maracas. No, and that, and I think it also had to do with the fact I'm just so kind of like disoriented because of the information that I got. So I went, I didn't post the show last night either. I didn't do it on Facebook either. Now the horrible part is, nobody's listening when nobody complains. Hey, you didn't post your show.
It's on YouTube though.
It's on YouTube. Yeah, but it wasn't posted to my Facebook page, and it wasn't posted to my.
Maybe people are just in the habit of going to YouTube now to watch it.
Yeah. Yes, you can go to YouTube. There are other places you can go to. Oh,
I've been told to go to a lot of places.
Hello, Kevin. How are you? You took your same spot you had last night. It was like it was waiting for
good.
you.
It's still warm.
Yeah, it's still warm. So now we have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3 people who have had prostate biopsies. Okay, good. On at the same time, So
but that's the warm. Kathleen can't have one.
Tony and I are in the clear.
Well, we don't know about Tony yet.
Well, I'm going to go for my colonoscopy next year in the winter.
Have you ever had a colonoscopy?
Not yet. I'm the last one in the family to do it. So my brother
was telling me they got a colonoscopy and their doctor didn't put them out.
No, they did put them out. They did. They had to drink that liquid, I remember, and then they went in. No. They did the same day.
Oh, that's it.
They put them out. My brother says you wake right up and you don't even know anything. He said it's just like boom, it's over.
Yeah, but no. But what I'm saying is, I've talked to somebody, I think, on this program once, who said that he had a colonoscopy and the doctor didn't put him out.
Really?
And I went,
is it fast?
What, the Kaiser?
Because they said it was quick.
Well, I've had what's the other thing you have? A sigmoidoscopy.
I had that.
Which is just a little part of the colon. And I've had that without, being put out. What's that?
You have to drink liquid? Or?
Your what?
The fit kit. I'm supposed to take a crap and put the crap on this and mail it in.
Is that just as good?
Well, they give you a bag, too. It says biohazard. And instead of a colonoscopy, you get this. But then
I still have to have
I think it would be fun right now if you did the whole process for us.
Oh, absolutely. You see, you got this piece of paper and you put it across the toilet.
Yeah.
All right. And the reason you put it across the toilet is so you can capture the poop. But I guess you could also
be the UPS man.
Oh yeah.
Imagine you lose the poop.
Yeah. Well, no postage necessary.
Nope.
Oh,
right.
it's prepaid then. Phil, is that as good as a colonoscopy then?
No.
No.
But if you don't have a history of this stuff, I guess.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. We have a problem here, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to mention this, but it looks like Kathleen has not paid her electric bill.
How is that?
She just put on something to keep herself warm.
It's cold as fuck here.
This
cold
is
in
from
Northern
like
shit.
1990.
In
and
California.
I wore it to work last week, and these broads were like, "Oh my God, where'd you get that?" And I'm like, it's from like circa 1990. Were half of you even born then?
Yeah.
Well, it is so cold.
How cold is it?
My dog refused to go out for a walk this afternoon.
Oh,
Yes.
I drove home from work to walk the dog.
Yeah.
And she came to the door, and as soon as I opened the door, she went out about 6-7 inches, and she just stopped and said, "I'm not going."
Really?
Yeah. And so I went. Instead of going down the stairs, I took her over to the elevator. She rode down the elevator. We went out to the atrium area, and she wouldn't go out the door. Wow. Then I took her to the front of the building, and she again wouldn't go out. It was raining,
Yeah, but so what's the temperature right now?
It's 43 fucking freezing California degrees here.
Yeah. Oh. I gotta.
Well, wait a minute. Let me see what it is here.
And that's for us Californians. That's fucking cold.
Yeah, that's
It's
cold.
47 in Tracy. Woohoo!
I gotta find
It's
where I hid the icon.
47 in Tracy. It's 55 degrees in New York City. Wait a minute.
Oh, it's colder here.
Better yet, Echo. What's the current temperature?
How the fuck do I know?
Oh, I thought that was that computer.
Stick your head out the window, Alex.
Let me see here. I got to turn up the volume on this so that there we go. Okay, Echo. What's the temperature? Echo. What's the temperature? Echo. What's the temperature?
Right now, it's 57 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Tonight, expect a low of 45 degrees.
Okay.
It's warmer in New York.
Yeah, it's warmer in
Yeah.
New York. Yeah, well, we had a real cold spell going for a while there.
Oh, we got it now.
Yeah,
You got the what do they call it? The bomb cyclone or some shit?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, as soon as I get this whole cancer thing taken care of, I'm taking some time off and I'm going on a trip. And one of the places I'm coming out to is California. So all you people have to see me.
Come on out.
You know,
Yay!
we'll all have dinner and it's on Phil.
Yeah.
Go to Monterey.
It's 41. It's 41 degrees in Walnut Creek,
Damn.
and it's cold. And it, I mean, you go outside during the day, even when it's not raining, it feels like it's raining.
Ooh, it's 45 and a light rain.
You know, when I was living in Houston, Texas, I knew a guy. Okay, so anyway,
You knew a guy.
Yeah, no, I knew a guy. I knew a guy who built a little contraption, and what it was he built a brass monkey, and he had on this brass monkey testicles. And below the brass monkey, he had a metal pan. Okay? And he had the thing made so that if the temperature went below 32 degrees, the balls would fall off the brass monkey and go into the pan with a large clank.
So this guy had a lot of time on his hands.
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently.
So people would be living in the neighborhood and they'd be able to tell the temperature whenever they heard this clank go on. From
The monkey's
brass
balls
monkey.
fell off.
But
Well, it was Houston where the plant, some sort of chemical plant, blew up this morning. Was it?
Yeah.
And for
And
miles,
this afternoon.
yeah, and for miles, people's windows and doors were blown off their hinges.
Mhm.
It
Where
was
the hell was this?
in
Down
Houston.
in Houston.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good way to wake up.
It was right next to one of our old competitors' plants.
Hey, by the way, we have
Dr.
here,
Renati.
Hey.
Dr.
How y'all?
Dr. Renati, ladies and gentlemen. Would you get fired from your play?
No, we closed on Sunday.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I needed to wish you all a Merry Thanksgiving.
Happy
Thanksgiving.
It's Happy Thanksgiving. It's Merry Christmas.
I know, but I like to be different.
It's
Happy Hanukkah.
Bang your own drum.
Yeah. And then we get some of those other holidays.
Kwanzaa? What do you say for Kwanzaa?
What do you say for Kwanzaa?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Oh. Yo, what's up?
Yeah. Don't you hate those fucking Kwanzaa sales? Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, you get trampled at the Kwanzaa sales.
Well, they have their own version of Black Friday. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here all week.
Damn.
Indeed.
Let's get Charlie's opinion on this.
Yes, Charlie.
We didn't even have Kwanzaa when I was growing up.
When did that start, Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa was started
last week.
80s or 90s?
Actually, it was invented by some professor at some college, right, Charlie?
Yeah.
And that was when?
Elizabeth Warren.
Indian Christmas.
No, how long ago was that? I heard it was.
Google it.
It was probably the 90s or 80s.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me look it up here. Kwanzaa.
Ask Echo or.
Yeah. Ask Echo.
Doesn't seem
Hey,
Okay.
Google.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hey, Echo, when was the first Kwanzaa?
The answer is 1966.
Wow.
Really?
Wow, 60.
We were unaware.
Yeah.
Who
They got
invented
a Christmas
Kwanzaa?
before the civil rights. That's
Okay. Hold on a second. Who invented Kwanzaa? Oh, Echo. Who invented Kwanzaa?
Mr. Kwanzaa.
Yo, mama.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't hear
Not Albert.
because you kept talking. I couldn't
Al
hear the
Sharpton.
answer.
If they said Bill Cosby, I'm going to laugh.
Los Angeles, Dr. Karenga searched for ways to bring African Americans together as a community.
It's Dr. Echo. Who invented Kwanzaa?
Dr. Maulana Karenga, professor and chairman of Black Studies at California State University.
Oh, it would be California.
Dr. Cunnilinga?
Yes, Dr. Cunnilinga.
That's why I hadn't heard about it.
Oh, I'm switching over to that religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a prince in Nigeria that wants your bank account.
Hey, listen, in my lifetime, I've been, always into technology and always hot for technology. I got to tell you, the best invention ever in my entire life has been this fucking Alexa.
I listen to the radio.
I mean, I can't tell you how many things we use it for. I use it to turn the lights on and off. I use it to add things to my shopping list.
You're going to pay a price for that, your privacy price, and I'll tell you why.
Totally.
I was talking to somebody the other day. My phone was on my person, and now I'm getting advertisements for the thing that I was talking to them about.
Right?
I didn't even search.
Evil.
Yeah, it listens to what you talk about, and it starts sending you advertisements.
It's true. I had one in my bedroom, and then I started getting like catalogs for sex toys and stuff.
No, seriously. It hears what you say.
Yeah, it does.
And it's processing it. And so therefore, what's going on, that could be that part that Chinese company that's banned, Huawei or
Huawei. Hey, Alex, you inspired me. Check this out. Hey, Google, turn off Office Light 1. Hey, Google, turn on Office Light 1. Yay!
Hey, Phil, press the button.
Oh, that's easier.
Yeah, press it again.
Analog.
It's so boring.
Hey, Alexa, turn off the on-the-air light. There we go. See? Alexa, turn on the on-the-air light.
Oh, well, you should be able just to clap.
See, I had it so my other lights were on it because, they're all like the light bulbs all have Wi-Fi in them.
Yeah.
But the problem was the brightness wasn't as much as the brightness was on these lights. And when I was doing the show, they just kind of like, I didn't have enough light in here, is what it was. So I had to go back to just using the regular bulbs for that. But I can still turn.
Why don't they come out with the Simon Says?
Oh, yeah.
Simon Says.
You know what they're selling in California? They're selling bulbs that have a battery in it. So when they turn the electric off, you still have light bulbs that are working.
And listening.
Yeah, and listening. Have you? I'm sure they sell them everywhere.
Well, see, I don't give a shit if my privacy is impinged upon.
I have no privacy.
Yeah, I gave up my sense of privacy years ago. I gave up on that. I just figured it's the price you pay for technology, and just don't. If you don't want it, there are things you can do, like this Alexa I have here. I call it Alexa because if I say echo, it reacts.
Echo.
Don't shut up. Shut up. Don't do
Don't
that.
you have your earplugs in?
I have my earplugs in, so you couldn't hear it. But wait a minute. There, I turned up my speaker. Go ahead, say it.
Echo, turn studio lights off.
Doesn't like you.
Bitch don't like me.
It didn't turn it off. It clinked, but it went. Wait a minute.
Hey, Google.
Wait a minute.
Give me a sigmoidoscopy.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, just use this, the Fit Kit.
Echo, turn off studio. There we go. See?
There we go.
Echo, turn on studio.
Shazam.
Echo, turn on studio.
I do not wish to turn on your lights.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. So, what the hell? What the hell? So,
Fun toys.
yeah. So we're not on tomorrow night. We're not on Friday night, and we're not on Monday night. And then I got all next week, and then Tuesday and Wednesday I'm off because I've got the court thing. I know it got to be there so early,
Oh,
And I'm gone the 7th through the 11th of December.
The 7th through the 11th of September of December.
December.
Saturday
through Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we miss you for 2 nights on this show.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Maui.
Why?
Maui.
I'm going to scuba dive for 3 days.
You're going to scuba dive for 3 days.
Yeah. Well, it's 1 day to travel.
Yeah.
And then 3 days of scuba diving, and then 1 day to travel back.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do it. It's you're not gonna beat my friend Shecky, who's leaving me for a month.
Yeah. Where's he going?
He's going to Antarctica.
Wow. That is cool. It's cold, actually.
Of course,
right now, it's 81 degrees in Kihei, which is the southern part of Maui.
Yeah, but
81 right now.
Wait a minute. Echo, what's the current temperature in Antarctica?
It's probably cold.
60 below.
54 degrees Fahrenheit.
It is colder than a week, isn't it?
I asked for Antarctica, and it gave me New York.
Well, maybe New York and Antarctica have the same temperature.
Echo, what's the temperature in Anchorage, Alaska?
Right now, in Anchorage, Alaska, it's 41 degrees Fahrenheit.
Same as Walnut
Creek. Really?
Wow.
And it's raining, right? And now, would the sun be up right now in Anchorage, Alaska?
No, it's winter.
Isn't it 6 months a year it's dark, and 6 months a year it's light?
I can't remember who the comedian was. Oh, it was Billy J. It was Billy J. Comedian named Billy J. Who calls me one night. I'm at home in San Francisco, and he calls me and he says, "Alex," and it's like 2:00 in the morning, and I said, "Yeah, Billy, what's the problem?" He says, "I'm in Alaska." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, I'm doing a gig up here." I said, "Yeah." He said, "I can't go to sleep." I said, "Why?" He says, "The sun's out."
Close
And
the
he's in the
curtain.
same time zone, isn't he?
Yeah, it was like in
is
the same
Anchorage?
time zone. Yeah,
This- yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, check this out. Check this out. So, you know Truckee, California?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
often one of the coldest places in the country.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, it's like in a bowl, you know?
Yeah.
So right now it's 19.
19 degrees?
Yes. Yes.
That's
Well, then
cool.
you can sleep with it legally.
Like it can be 19 in Truckee and like 50 in Tahoe, which is 2 miles away.
Yeah.
So,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
yeah, I know. It's crazy.
What famous movie was filmed in Truckee, California?
Uh,
Other than a witch's
and-
tit.
Men with trucks.
No.
Cold Pursuit.
American Graffiti.
No. Very
Oh.
famous silent film.
Charlie Chaplin in
No.
Buster Keaton
No. Yes, Buster Keaton in.
in the one where the building falls.
No.
Buster Keaton in I don't know.
The General. The one where the train
okay.
falls off the trestle.
I love that movie.
And collapses into what I think was the Truckee River.
I keep
Yes.
turning up the volume on those movies, and I don't hear anything.
That's what all Trump supporters do. It's like, how come there's no volume?
Well, they didn't have
Just
sound.
kidding.
They didn't have sound, but they weren't silent. You
I
know.
love Buster Keaton. He's
Oh.
my favorite.
Yes, he
Amazing.
is my favorite.
I love him.
Then you got ripped off. You bought a silent movie, and they put sound in it. You know, either they're going to give you silent or they're not.
Well, there's
They
music.
just had music.
Yeah, well, they've gone back and they've done like symphonic scores for them or full orchestra scores for them because that's the way they showed them in the main theaters in New York. The only time you ever got to pianos and organs was out in smaller towns and cities.
Hey, well, Alex,
We have one in
when
Palo
we went
Alto.
when we went to the Castro, they had a silent film festival
Yes.
and they fired up the Wurlitzer.
But they also had orchestras there playing too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a theater on University Avenue in Palo Alto that plays movies every night, and a guy plays the Wurlitzer before every night before the
What's
double
that?
feature.
What's the big theater in the old theater in Oakland?
Paramount?
Fox.
Paramount?
Grand?
The Paramount.
Grand.
The
The
Paramount.
Fox Theater.
And
Grand.
Marjorie and I and Shecky went to the Paramount to see the silent film Napoleon, which is 5.5 hours long.
Damn.
Wow.
And we watched it, with a full symphony orchestra and an original
Nice.
score by
Oh,
Carl
cool.
Davis. It was, Marjorie still says, it's one of the most memorable nights she's ever had in a movie theater. When I first
Nice.
told her, well, we're going to this thing, and she said, well, get me a ticket too. And I said, okay. Then she said, 5.5 hours of a silent film? And they gave you, and halfway through, they took a break and you went and got dinner, and then you came back. Okay.
Nice.
But she finally, when it was over, she said, that was the shortest movie I've ever watched. She said that thing just flew by because it was so good and with the orchestra and everything. And at the end, the last half hour, the screen opens up into a 3-paneled screen like Cinerama was. But this was in silent days. And the music swells up. And I mean, the orchestra was playing for 5.5 hours.
That's amazing.
It was amazing.
I
Absolutely.
hope they were
amazing.
union orchestrites.
I
hope they got overtime.
They were. Yes, they were union. You bet your
Oh,
life.
good.
But Carl Davis is very famous for doing movie scores of silent films, and I'm telling you, it was one of those memorable moments in a movie theater for me. And then that was also the week that I married Marjorie. We went up to Tahoe and we got married up there.
Truckee or Tahoe?
Basically,
Tahoe.
because Kathleen.
Truckee's too cold to get married.
The reason I got married is basically Kathleen wouldn't have me. So I mean, oh God.
Kathleen, man, you blew it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. No.
Maybe she did.
No, if you listen to girlfriend say it, she actually got off. She was lucky.
She got off the train.
She was lucky. She turned tail and ran as fast as her little feet could carry her. Tell them about the time you I love the story about the time that you did the running of the bulls in Pamplona.
What the fuck was I thinking?
You went to Pamplona, right?
Yeah.
And was that at Alex's suggestion?
Man, never had I run as fast as I did there.
The way you described it is when you were through running, like you had the white pants on and you had this red scarf, right? And I think maybe a white shirt, because that's what you wear when you do the running the bulls at Pamplona. And she said, after it was all over, I took my pants off and there were heel marks on my ass.
There were heel marks on my ass.
From a bull or a person?
No, from my feet.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So Hemingway did that. How did he do it? And he wasn't sober when he did it, right?
And he had a cigar.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
People get hurt every year doing it. Was it scary?
Oh my God.
Sometimes they get
Don't
killed.
they say that you have to stay away from the walls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the running of the Schwartzmans? Like all the whole.
Well, in San Francisco, we used to have the yearly running of the Bull Dykes, but that was another thing altogether.
Now they're on bikes.
Now they're on bikes.
Now they're on bikes.
Oh man!
I have to get a sore
the running
throat
of the winos.
I have to get a sore throat lozenge. I really shouldn't worry about sore throats because when you have cancer, sore throat's the last thing you have to worry about.
Yeah, you should just enjoy the sore throat.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Go in there with
if you don't do anything about it, it'll fall off by itself.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if I don't do anything about it, I'm probably still going to die of something else first.
You do have cancer now, for sure?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's joined the club.
Yeah.
Cancer.
Yeah.
So it's chemo. It's not chemo. It's what do you call it?
Radiation cancer. Oh, you don't have to get the surgery like Phil. Yeah, I was listening last night, but I didn't hear the part that you said you had it. Okay.
Well,
I was just listening to Phil talking about his
I think if Phil had
surgery.
I think if Phil were here in New York or didn't have Kaiser, I think he might still have his prostate. It's my theory.
Well, it's Kaiser.
I don't want to make you feel bad about that, Phil.
No,
there's no way we can go back.
I just said I want to be able to get a night's sleep.
Yeah.
I don't want to wake up 10 times a night anymore.
Yeah, well,
I was getting up every hour on the hour, and
that's like being pregnant.
And to pee.
I think your doctors did not.
Were you drinking too much?
Well.
No, it's the prostate. You can't.
It was sort of like liposuction for you.
Hold on, Tony. It's going to happen to you.
I mean, if I drink a lot of coffee and tea at night, so sometimes I'll get up a few times.
No. You don't know this. I know this. This is when your prostate starts getting enlarged, and you have an urgency to pee. 5, 6 times a night,
or more.
Yeah.
More than 6?
Oh, it's terrible.
Why don't you just hook up a catheter?
You probably get tired then.
I had the catheter when I came back from the operation. It was the easiest thing in the world. You didn't have to do anything. Why
don't you just wear Depends to bed?
After they took out the catheter for about 3-4 months, I had to wear.
Go to Costco and get them like a giant box.
I don't know. Faye used to pick them up. I don't know where the hell she.
That's the reason I didn't want to have my prostate removed, because every time we go to Costco with Marjorie, we have video of it. She goes up to the Depends and holds it up over her head and says, "Alex, they've got your Depends on sale."
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to ever give her a reason to believe that. But I'll tell you what happened. I don't know what it was. Maybe she's going to be mad at me for telling this story, but there was a period of time there where she had a problem where she was, for some inexplicable reason, peeing her pants.
It happens. There's a drug you can take.
Well, no, but but then it went away. She's fine now. But sometimes she still laughs, and maybe she'll pee her pants.
Was this when you first got married?
No, I think I caused it afterwards. Anyway.
No,
but anyway, she would have this problem.
It probably happened because she was calling into the show. At one point.
No, she said, so finally, she said, would you get me some of those? I don't know, they aren't Depends. They're the other kind for women. They have flowers on them or something. And I got her some because and I can't remember why she was having the problem, but it did go away. I mean, it wasn't a permanent thing, but
it could have been an infection.
she'll probably never talk to me now when she listens to this program and hears that I talked about her peeing her pants. But so
you've said it before.
So it stopped with you, Phil, right?
Yeah.
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 When I was in my mid-30s, I had a really bad prostate infection, and I ended up in the hospital for a week. And now, ever since then, every time I pee, I have to do like this maneuver. It's kind of a maneuver I have to do to get it all out.
A sidestep.
Oh, yeah.
I can show it to you if you want.
Oh, really?
Alex has been waiting for that.
We noticed that, Ray, when you were peeing up at UCSF.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah. You had this little jiggle, and then you.
I have
were
to
able
do like
pee.
this thing.
What did you stand in the stall next to him and look over? You know, come on. Hey, what's that junk over there?
Oh, boy.
Anyway,
what has become of this program? Tell me, Charlie.
Program has gone to the
sum
crotch.
up tonight's program. Alex complains about his touch of the cancer, and I have a medium cancer here. It's not the kind. I'm kind of glad it's not the kind where they watch and wait. Because I'm doing something proactive about it. So
Is it medium or smedium?
it's medium.
Thank you.
Schmedium.
Small
Schmindeman.
medium.
Small medium. Yeah.
Was that like a word that you two had when you were together?
No. But we did call each
No,
other.
when I worked at UPS and they'd say, okay, we're going to order you guys some polos. When they said, hey, Halstead, what size? All the guys would say smedium.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But here's
Give
the
her a
thing.
medium.
Here's the thing. You came up with the term schmoody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would call me schmoody,
Yeah.
and I would call you schmoody.
Yep.
And when we would do it in public together, people would start vomiting.
It was like that Seinfeld
Yeah, well,
episode.
but then it became that Seinfeld episode after we had done this.
Totally.
With the
they were like, hey, that's our line.
Yeah. So
did you write Seinfeld and say you wanted to get paid for it?
Well, the word
they use schmoopy and we use schmoody.
Oh, I bet they heard about it somehow.
Schmoopy.
Yeah. Well, that's why they changed it to schmoopy. Because they didn't want to get sued.
But
My Sweet Lord and You're So Fine is two different words, but pretty damn close.
Yeah.
And they got money.
But schmoody was I don't know how you came up with that. You had never used it before in your life, had you? No.
Nope.
And it wasn't
every guy she dated was schmoody.
It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant. It wasn't meant to be cute. It was meant to be annoying.
Totally.
Around other people.
Yes.
Oh my.
We spent most of our time.
And then we'd use it in our cards to each other, schmoody.
Yeah. And then, of course, our biggest con job, our complete biggest put on that we ever did was that Christmas card. That was a classic.
Oh, man. I'll have to put that up. That is just the best.
Hey,
yeah.
Today was, is this today Jimi Hendrix's birthday? He would have been 70 or 77, something like that. I just noticed that the coaster that I have on my desk is a Jimi Hendrix. It's the label from a Jimi Hendrix record.
What do they do?
They made coasters out of them.
Oh, they made coasters out of them.
Yeah, and this one's called Crash Landing. Message to Love, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Crash Landing.
Really? I never heard of that album.
Oh, you're right. They're eating
Sunrise
75 today.
Yeah, 75. Okay.
Oh, there's a website dedicated to his 75th birthday. Birthday.jimihendrix.com. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, this was Reprise Records.
Reprise.
Yeah. Well, it's rubbed off. It's hard to read.
It's the one that Frank Sinatra owned, and the logo was a steamboat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
What?
the
The
logo.
That's the steamboat.
Old Man
River.
That old
Yeah,
man
like
of
Jimi
river.
Hendrix.
Well, this thing's been sitting here for 2 years. I use it every time I, to put my drink on. And I just said, oh, it's Jimi Hendrix's birthday, and it's a Jimi Hendrix coaster.
By the way, I loved hearing
Wow.
that, Ray. You sounded just like Bath Robeson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Frank Sinatra used to sing that song for some frickin' reason.
Yeah, he did do Old Man River. He didn't do a bad job of it, though. It wasn't
No,
embarrassing.
but why would he sing it? It's like I never could figure out what the.
It was the flip
At
side
least he
to New
didn't say
York, New
river.
York.
No, I've got one. Light My Fire. When he did Light My Fire later on in his career, that was embarrassing.
Come on, baby,
Light
light
My
my
Fire.
fire.
Oh, William Shatner did Light My Fire also.
And he also did Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
Hey, Sweet
What?
Caroline. Hey.
Oh my God.
No, Alex, Imelda Marcos singing Peelings.
Yes. This is true.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Since
they
Phil,
like We
Phil
Don't
has
Like
a
It.
Phil.
They're selling her shoe collection
They
on
have,
eBay.
they have a Philippine. Phil has
On
a
Poshmark.
has a girlfriend from the Philippines, and so he would appreciate the fact that we actually had a recording of Imelda Marcos because she was a
Yes.
singer
Oh man,
singing "Peelings."
that was the best. We're dying laughing.
Everybody in the Philippines is a singer and an entertainer.
It's true.
Yeah.
They love
Because
karaoke.
Faye is from a family of 15. She has 13 siblings, and all of them sing and entertain and have bands, and it's amazing, or act.
That's the worst thing, being a middle child in a family of 15.
She was a triplet. she was a triplet. And
Triplet.
yeah,
That's even worse. The middle
And-
child of 15
No.
and a triplet in the middle.
well, no, she was the oldest of the triplets, but
you know what
a
turn-
minute apart.
Okay, you know what?
Were
turn-
they identical triplets?
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
you know what turns me off? That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What turned me? What was I going to say?
What turns you off?
No.
The triplets?
Triplets, music.
Triplets?
Triplets.
Of
Oh
15.
yeah. The one thing that
15.
turned me off most about the Philippines,
Yeah.
and would make me never want to go there, are the fucking shirts they wear.
Oh,
You ever see those shirts? And then they wear them with like a tank top T-shirt underneath, so you can see through it. To that.
I hate those.
Why do they do that?
I don't know.
Who came up with that
Hot.
fashion?
It's fucking hot there.
Yeah, well, I understand that. So
But
take
it's like
your
those
take-
nylon shirts that they look like they're from the 70s, and they got those like weird designs on the front, and then
Yeah.
they always wear the tank top
Didn't
undershirts.
Tony
Yeah.
Soprano
They're man
wear
boots.
shirts like that?
Yeah, but he's a Goomba.
Oh, you the Goomba.
We used to call those wife beaters.
Yeah, wife beaters.
wife
Yeah.
beaters. Yeah.
Yeah, wife beaters.
tank tops.
Yeah. So anyway, we should go around this panel and ask them what they have to be thankful for.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to save. Let's see. I'm going to save.
Yeah, skip me because I have nothing.
Well, you have stuff to
Take
be
it up.
thankful for. You can be thankful for just having this fine camaraderie of friends here.
Yes.
Yeah. You know,
Actually, I have a lot.
Your
to be
son?
thankful for.
what? Yes,
There's
your
nobody
son.
to talk to in Tracy
Well, I mean, she
that speaks English.
She just had her mother pass, so that kind of when a
condolences.
holiday like this comes along, it makes it kind of worse, you know.
Oh, it sucks
and she-
because we always spent it up at my parents.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
didn't you have a friend that passed away recently?
Yeah, my best friend's sister freaking passed away too.
Oh, wow.
It just hasn't been a good month.
How
but
old-
no, there's a lot of things I'm thankful for.
Yeah, like what?
Well, my son, my friends, you guys,
Yeah.
all my friends at work. I mean, there's a whole lot. I mean, there's just too much to mention. So, I really can't complain.
Yeah. How about you, Phil? What do you have to be thankful for?
Mondays, I see the chiropractor. Fridays, I see the rolfer. I am very, I'm here. I feel pretty good. I'm going scuba diving next week. Life is pretty good. I'm going to be sitting under a palm tree in the afternoon and, swaying to the music of Don Ho.
Sand up your ass crack. It's going to be fantastic.
I dive off boats.
Yeah.
And so when you dive off a boat, you don't end up with sand in your ass.
Charlie, what do you have to be thankful for?
Well, like Kathleen said, I'm thankful for you guys, and I'm thankful to be back in Austin.
You really like it back in Austin, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And he's not in Houston. Because if he was in Houston,
well, he went. It
would be the bomb.
He went to Arizona. What? Because your girlfriend did, right?
Yeah.
And then you broke up, and you were stuck in Arizona.
Stuck in Arizona, all by myself.
Yeah, yeah. That always stinks when that happens.
My flight goes to Phoenix before I go to Maui. I got to transfer planes in Phoenix. I'm going to get to be in Arizona too.
Why do you have to go to Phoenix in order to get to Hawaii?
How is he flying there? Can we just go right?
I fly on American, and that's where I get my miles. And this flight is putting me over the threshold to where I get the gold medallion or whatever they call the 20.
Sphincter.
Yeah, the 25,000 mile threshold. Yes. So at the 25,000 mile threshold, that means next year I get early boarding and 40%
Wait a minute,
bonus.
25,000 miles?
That's a lot of flying.
I flew this year 25,000.
Oh, you have to do it in a year. Because I have something like, I just checked, I have something like 250,000 miles.
Well, those are points. I have, if you have flight miles, I mean, you get 100,000 flight miles, they kiss your ass. With the 25,000 miles, I get to board a little bit sooner, and you get a bonus, a 40% bonus on your flight miles for miles, but not for flight miles, and you get some upgrades and things like that. But so this year, I will have whatever it is that I have to look and see what the name of that is because I won't get it till January. But this trip puts me over the threshold. So
you actually went through Arizona so you get these fucking points?
Yes. Matter of fact,
from San Fran, right?
I picked different flights so that I could accumulate enough flight miles to go through. I could have.
How much faster would it have been to go directly to Maui from San Francisco?
2 hours.
How long?
But for the 2 hour difference,
yeah.
I get my little card. I just got to look and see what it's called.
25,000 miles.
Oh my God!
Just flying San Francisco to New York 8 times.
Well, yeah. Well, so what I did this year is I had 2 conventions. I went to Chattanooga. No, Chattanooga was last year. I went to Nashville and I went to the Bahamas. And I flew first class for part of it, and that got me extra flight miles.
By the way, did you ever hear the story about the time that Roy Rogers was out camping one night, and they had these new boots, and he put the boots outside the tent. When he came back the next morning, they were all chewed to bits, and there was a wildcat going away who obviously had chewed up these boots, and somebody looked at him and said, "Hey, Roy, is that the cat who ate your new shoes?"
Oh,
pardon me, Roy. Is that the cat who ate your new shoes? Okay, that was it. Okay,
all right.
What? So, you're gonna land in Phoenix and you're gonna get snowed in, and you're gonna be like,
"Yeah, Phoenix is not snowing." No, so yeah, 25,000 miles. It's called Gold One World Ruby. If you go 50,000 miles, it's Platinum Sapphire.
Sapphire. Ooh, holy smokes!
Yeah,
Sapphire.
down at the lodge.
Yeah.
And then what do they do for you?
I'll look.
There is no blowjob involved, Ray. So how good can it be?
Yeah. Well, I'll find out. Yeah.
So he did 25,000 miles in 1 year.
Yeah. Yeah. So I used to hit that. I used to hit that years ago when I used to fly Delta because I went to Europe once a year. So that would get you some miles. And I was going to Hawaii scuba diving several times a year. But
I don't travel that much, and I've got 250,000 non-expiring miles.
Right, because those are credit card miles.
Yeah, yeah.
We're getting a lesson here. This is good.
But I suddenly found that I've been for a while. I'd use my American Express card at Costco
going down the runway,
and I accumulated. All of a sudden, I realized I accumulated all these dollars on my American Express card, which I was then using on on. Oh God, I'm just
you're
on Amazon to pay off some of the stuff. So now sometimes I put stuff on my American Express because I got so many miles that I don't give a shit about putting it on my travel, my mileage card. So
yeah,
so
well,
that was interesting.
The
wasn't
mileage
it, folks?
thing is, when I went to Australia the second time I went to Australia, I had Delta miles.
Okay.
And Delta's partner was Korean Airlines. Well, I had a flight. The flight took 36 hours.
Well, folks, if you come to the internet as a total waste of time, you're getting your money's worth. Okay. I have yet to ask Kevin. Kevin, what are you thankful for?
He's thankful for my air miles.
Which paper baskets?
What are you thankful for, Kevin?
I'm thankful I just launched after that conversation.
Well, I think he's thankful for the batteries in that thing in his back.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it just went dead. I got to go downstairs and fire that baby back up.
Yeah. Okay, but anything you're thankful for?
Yeah, I'm thankful for you guys, my grandkids, my kids, my wife, my family, all that good stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff. Yeah, the stuff I never had. Let me see here. Rub it in. Go ahead. Ray?
Yes.
What are you thankful for?
I am thankful for all of you. Let's see why. I am thankful for Kevin because he reminds me that someone can have more physical pain than I can and still be totally cool and bitching. Mm-hmm. I am thankful for Kathleen because she's so hot, gorgeous, and has big Winnebagos.
Is that your wife behind you?
And she's not here. And I am thankful for Phil Meyer because it proves to me that I can actually have a friend who I agree on with almost nothing and still be friends. I didn't know that's possible. Yeah. And I'm thankful for Alex for doing this so that we can all get together and talk about, the world and all that stuff. And I'm thankful for other stuff like my house and my soundboard.
All right, enough of what you're thankful for. Okay.
I mean, I could go on.
Yeah, of course.
Tony's thankful for world peace.
I forgot about Tony. I'm thankful for Tony's wallpaper and his mother at the attic. And I'm thankful for Charlie, who puts up with what some people might call racism on here.
And finally, we have asked everybody except for one person. Tony, what are you thankful for? Oh, God, here we go.
That my mother's alive and I'm getting paid.
Oh, God, you got a job.
And she's snoring nice.
Could you bring her on sometime?
Oh, no, don't.
Show us a picture.
No, I can't.
You got a picture?
Ray, our imaginations are more important.
You're right.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's the best part. I'm thankful for Tony being on.
Than ever seeing his mother, But thank God Tony used to work a job where he had to stuff hats in hat boxes, right?
Yeah. I used to think about things
all day long, right? And he got out of that job because he found a way to make money off his mother.
Yeah, it's like the best thing. I was always scheming something.
And when she dies, he's going to sell her for parts.
This needs to be a TV
I'm
show.
not going anywhere.
I-
Did you
Just
don't
keep her in a
understand-
rocking chair in the attic. You don't have to.
I don't understand how he worked at all. I got so many texts a day from Tony,
I used to
40,
text
50,
everybody.
60 texts.
You weren't the only one. I used to text my brother, my friends. I said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just listening to something." This guy, Phil, you got to hear the crap he's sending me. I find Phil entertaining because he's actually funny. I can't believe I said that. He makes me laugh. I was like, "Oh my god!"
I guarantee you,
But actually,
Larry David could make a TV show out of Tony and his life.
he probably
Yeah.
could.
Oh, yeah. Guarantee you.
Easily.
Larry David's character
I-
is Tony.
A rich version.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Well, let's
Tony's
see here.
rich.
I didn't
Yeah.
say what I'm thankful for. Not a goddamn fucking thing. I've got
Oh,
cancer.
come on. You got to have something.
Yeah, I've got a thing I call AOL, and it opens up and it goes, "You've got cancer."
Oh, no. At least they're taking care of it, Alex.
Yeah, they
You-
found it
you
and you're
know-
taking
I
care of
go
it
to
and it's
Big
all
Mac and
good.
French fries.
Yeah, I
You
guess
know
it's all
that
good.
Tony is the comic book king of Queens?
Yeah, I know. But anyway, can I say what I'm thankful for? I'm thankful for just the camaraderie that I have with you people, and for having good friends like you people. And you are my friends, because I really, here in New York, I have no real friends except for Shecky. And so you guys have become my surrogate friends, and I talk to you every night. We talk to each other more than some of us talk to our wives, So that's all good, and I think the world of you. And I'm very thankful this year that Kathleen has joined the bunch too. So at least we have some, estrogen in the room. That always helps. Anyway, there comes a theme song. We'll be off tomorrow night, folks, and we'll be off on Friday night, and then we'll be back again on Tuesday night. Kathleen, thank you. Tony, thank you. Phil, thank you. Kevin, thank you. Thank you to Charlie, and thank you to Ray. Everybody, give a big, big wave goodbye, and I will wave back at you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
There we go.
Happy turkey.
There goes our people on the citizen panel, and now I will unceremoniously hang up on all of them and make the line available to our next program, which happens to be Jack Bishop. He's going to be here with a little program called, interestingly enough, The Intersection. So enjoy yourself, okay, everybody? Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we won't be on tomorrow night. We'll see you again on, Tuesday night, right after Damian Chaplin does the exchange. I'm Alex Bennett. We'll see you then. Same time, same station in life, and in the meantime, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye, everybody.